Hi there, my name's Katie Simmons, and I'm going to be talking about the IEP process and the IDEA Act. The IEP process starts with the referral, which is broken down into two pieces, the pre-referral and the actual referral itself. During the pre-referral, the student's learning issue will be identified and intervention processes will be put into place. Now, if those processes do not help and the student still continues to struggle, that's when the actual referral will take place. The school employees will refer the student to special education services. Then a formal process is going to take place that governs whether the student is qualified for special education services. Now, the evaluation that is going to be done has to be done within 60 days of the referral. The eligibility determination is factored by two things: whether or not the child has a disability that negatively influences their education, or a student must have a need for special education services to profit from schooling. The next thing we're going to talk about is the IEP components. There's actually 9 of them. So the first one is the student profile. The second one is the IEP start and length dates. The third one is a statement of tools that the learner may need, such as Braille or assistive technology. The fourth one is special transportation needs. The fifth one is a list of opportunities the student will have to participate with non-disabled students in academic and extracurricular activities. The sixth one is a description of the frequency and method of AIM achievement reports for parents or guardians. Now, these reports include benchmark tools known as present levels of academic achievement and functional performance, also known as PLAF. Now, the seventh one is behavior intervention plan, will only be implemented if the student behavior is a problem and assessment has been completed or needs to be completed. The eighth one is if the student is 16 years or older, they will have their transition from high school discussed. The ninth one is the signing page, which provides the least restrictive environment statement and has signatures from all members in the IEP. The next thing we're going to talk about is the parent and student involvement. Legally, parents are equal partners in the IEP team of their child. After all, the parents know their child the best. Now, parents are active in the placement process of their child. They're given an opportunity to choose what school they want their child to go to or what class they want their child to be in. They even have input on these services that are listed on the student's IEP, and the parents' input about how their child functions at home is incredibly valuable and can help with the PLAF assessment. The information the parent shares helps to determine the educational strengths and weaknesses. Now that we know the IEP components and the involvement of the parent and the students, let's talk about the IEP itself. It does require quarterly progress monitoring. It needs to be reported and to identify whether or not the learner is making any progress. That happens quarterly, and then once a year, there's an actual review process of the IEP. Now, this will determine if anything needs to be changed or if the learner still needs to have an IEP or special education services. When these meetings take place, the parents are given procedural safeguards. These are their academic and legal rights during the IEP process. Now, another thing to consider is that the parent must be given any prior written notice before the schools change anything in the learner's special education services or the IEP. The other thing to consider is that these learners may have related services, meaning they could need orthopedic surgery, physical therapy, or occupational therapy.